Hello, this is Lindsay from Readings by Lindsay, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, as much as I really would love you to like this video, please hit the subscribe button before you go any further. I really need more subscribers, and it really would be helpful for people to subscribe because I'm almost halfway to becoming a YouTube partner, where what that means is you'll get a whole lot more content from me if I am a partner, because YouTube will actually pay me to make these videos and for them to be watched. Whereas I am doing this, that's why my videos are very inconsistent. I only do 1 or 2 a month, if that, because I do this professionally. I work 40 to 80 hours a week. It's just I have to do this in between readings and during my spare time, and there's not a whole lot of it, and I don't have much of even a personal life. So if you could subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, but please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much in advance. So let's jump right into February. So this is the prediction. My prediction for the month of February 2021. Now, I know I did an unboxing of the tarot coin set, but I just don't have them with me right now, and I'm in between readings as usual, so I got to get this done kind of fast, so I don't have time to go in the other room and dig them up. So instead, what I did was I did a little bit of numerology, and I pulled a month card through numerology instead of doing everybody has an individual life year card. So what I did was I just did some numerology and did a month card overall for the month of February and what February's month card is. And it is the Chariot. And actually, I'm going to switch my notes around before I get started because I'm going to start with this. I was going to do the reading first, but I'm going to explain the Chariot first. So this month, the number is 7. So our month number is 7. And the Chariot, yes, if you're, you know about the tarot, you understand the meanings behind the Chariot. But when we're looking at life path numbers, life cards, year cards, those monthly cards, those sort of things, the meanings get changed a little bit differently. So I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that really stuck out to me with this card being for this month and it going along with the astrology of everything. And please remember, this is a collective reading. This is for everybody. This is for the collective energy of all signs, all people. So there are going to be, some of this is going to resonate, some of it might not, some of it's going to completely resonate, which would be wonderful. But if you want a personal reading, it is best to book a personal reading with me. You can do that. The information will be listed below. For those of you that don't know me, I am a member of the American Tarot Association. I am a World of the World Metaphysical Association. I'm also certified in many different areas, and I'm also registered with both of these associations, as well as the Association of Holistic Healers. So the World Association of Holistic Healers. So not only do I have 15 plus years professional experience. I mean, I've been doing this more than 2/3 of my life, but I have 15 plus years of professional experience. This is what I do. And my even if when you question what my rates are, they're really not that expensive, and I even do the digital products that are inexpensive. So if you want to book a private reading that's more tailored to you, please reach out to me at affordablepsychic.com, or you can text me, because chances of me answering my phone are slim to none. I'm always with clients pretty much, so it's just usually just doesn't happen. And I don't check my voicemail. So texting me, even leaving me a message through text. If you have to leave a voicemail, then leave an email. That's your best way of doing it. So affordablepsychic@yahoo.com. Text me at 262-577-1794. Or if you want an immediate reading and you're willing to pay the prices, you can find me under the screen name Lindsay Love on Purple Ocean or Purple Garden. And you can get immediate readings that way too. I'm not always logged in, but I'm usually logged in at some point during the day, at least 6 days a week. And Purple Ocean does offer a 24-hour service too, where you can purchase a reading, but you're better off actually going directly through me, just being honest, because, you know, I get paid $6 for 3 minutes. You're going to pay $10 anyway, and if I do it myself, you can get 10 to 15 minutes. So it's just better off to go straight through me. And on top of it, I'm not getting the $10. I'm not getting the rates. I get 40%, including tips. So it's just, if you need an emergency reading and want to see if I'm logged on, that's your best way of doing it. But you'd have to pay the piper because it is expensive to you, because I'm only getting 40%. So I'm only getting the fees that I only am getting paid for what I would normally get paid. So, except for the video readings. Like I said, if you have a single question reading, you're better off just going through me. So that said, and I have a Facebook page. And you can see all my certifications, all my diplomas, all of my stamps, all my, the ATA has a code of ethics. I'm already 6 minutes in and I'm not even giving you information. Sorry about this. But it's all on there. So facebook.com/readings by Lindsay. So enough about me. So anyway, we've got the Chariot. Chariot is number 6. So what this tells me is we are in Mercury Retrograde right now. So and it's in Aquarius, which is all about change. And change, I even wrote it in my notes on the other side of my little card for the astrology. Change. This month is all about change. Mercury does not even go direct till the 21st, and then there'll be a shadow period for a week, so it won't even be until the 28th when we start seeing progress. So till March 1st, everything that Mercury retrograde affects, especially in Aquarius, technology, communication, new ideas. I have been getting so many readings about my boyfriend just stopped communicating with me. He broke up with me. What's going on? I don't understand it. I've been telling everybody, give it till March, then call me, because we're in a Mercury retrograde right now, and it's pretty much through the whole month of February. It is what it is. But also travel comes up. Here's the issue. I feel like, yes, some people will be doing some traveling, domestic travel, not going far. A lot of this might be having to travel a little bit further for a new job, or actually this came up too, relocation, moving. And if you're not moving, relocation, and Mercury retrogrades, retrogrades, anything that starts with an RE is what you can the positive energy you can use for a retrograde. So anything that starts with RE. So relocation is something that's going to come up this month. It's whether it's you moving, whether it's you, whether people, a reconfiguration of the people in the household, people moving in and people moving out, the birth of somebody. Even a lot of people are spiritually awakening right now. So the rebirth of yourself even can be part of what's going to go on this month, especially this year. I've been saying it. If you've seen my 2021 forecast, I've been telling everybody. I said it then, I say it now, I continue to say it. We are at the end of the world. People are spiritually awakening, and if they don't get awakened, they're going to be left behind. And unfortunately, I think in the next couple of years, we're going to see a lot of suicides. We're going to see a lot of corruption, a lot of even on a earth level, like earthquakes, fires, things like that, just because the earth is purging itself right now. If you don't spiritually awaken, you're going to fall off. So this month, though, they're domestic travel, but what I really feel is there's going to be changes to travel. I feel like a lot of countries are going to start shutting down their borders, or restricting travel, restricting travel. So I feel like as far as travel goes, and also with Mercury being in retrograde, there's usually always travel plans get put on hold or get rescheduled. So I feel like that's more what travel has to do with, more so than traveling. But for some people, you could be going on a trip, but it wouldn't be far. Changes to travel plans, I have it on there. Moving jobs and work. Career is going to be a big thing for people this month. There's going to be a lot of new opportunities that are going to present themselves to you, whether it's in company or out of company. There could be promotions, raises, and new job opportunities, or you could be starting a new job or preparing to start a new job. Or you could be reevaluating whether you want to be in a new job or not, just to go a different direction with your job. That's all stuff that's going to be going on this month. Intuition is going to be heightened this month. It's going to be heightened this year, but this month, even though January was the most intense month of the year, intuition is still going to be heightened this month, and you're probably going to hear me say this a lot, probably throughout the videos, throughout the whole year, because, you know, it's this whole spiritual awakening thing. People are going to get more in touch with their intuition. Now, people are going to have, now notice with the Chariot. Chariot is about balance. It can be two different things, and I have it both on here. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be people that are feeling restless, and that's where the reassessment comes in for a lot of things. Do I want to move? Do I want to change jobs? Do I want to rearrange my furniture? All of these things are things that could be happening, big or little. But there are people that are going to be feeling very, very restless this month. But there's also a lot of confusion going on too. You know, they're not exactly, they know they want to change, but they don't know what. And that is that Chariot energy. Also, there are challenges that are being presented to people. Please know that luck is on your side. And even though the challenges aren't ending, you're kind of in a midpoint. So you're kind of, might be, there's where the confusion comes in. You're creating progress on hard battles. Progress is, and even for some people, victory may actually be won towards the end of the month. But you're making progress, but you're going to be felt like you're being pulled in different directions. Again, follow your intuition. If your intuition is saying, I should just give in, this is getting too much, I just want to get this over with, like if you're going through a divorce or a separation or a breakup or something like that, or if it's something with a lawsuit or, just somebody's just fighting you on something and you just want to give in, don't. Because you are at the midpoint, or maybe even further, where these hard battles are about to be won. So just keep going with it. You're going to be feeling like you're torn and pulled in two different directions. Again, home, remodeling, rearranging, reconstruction. Some of you may be actually, temporarily moving out so you can do reconstruction to your home, whether it's adding an extra bedroom, finishing your basement, whatever. That's some things that can happen, and this is a wonderful month to be doing that stuff. And one thing I want to say, and I wrote down for some on here, is this is a very lucky month. Luck is going to be on a lot of people's sides, but I put for some. This is collective. This isn't for everybody. So I really felt like not everybody's going to be lucky this month. But as a collective energy, people that keep themselves on a high vibrational level are going to find luck in a lot of things. Now, that's enough with the Chariot. So I'm going to put this down. Okay, I'm going to shuffle my cards as I start talking about the month of February, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology. There's not too much, I'm not an astrologist, so there's not too much major things that I want to talk about. I do want to talk about Saturn squaring Uranus mid-month, so things are going to get shaken up. Aquarius is very powerful in this month. I mean, we've got Mercury Retrograde in Aquarius. Aquarius has a big influence over the month. Powerful change is coming this month. For some people, this is not going to be easy. And, but it's very important, and it's a 5-year. So, that's common of 5 years, things getting shaken up and change coming in, people starting one side opposing the other side, and people being opposed because they're stuck in their ways. You cannot get stuck in your ways this year, nor this month. Things are changing whether you like it or not, and it just is what it is. So, I'm sorry, I was going to dismiss that because I have a client in 10 minutes, so I've got about 7 minutes to finish this video. So, there's a powerful new moon in Aquarius as well. So, and that's actually coming like right around now. So again, change. If you want changes to happen, start manifesting them now. And again, the re's. So it's not just like completely like I want this complete change to happen. It's like reassessing your life and what you want, that kind of change. Again, something else that is going to be important astrology-wise is to examine attachments and let them go. Do not hold on. That will only hold you back. It will only create problems for you in future months. It's really important for you to examine any attachments, whether it's to people, places, or things, or ideas, and let them go. It's not going to be easy because people are going to want to hang on. People are going to oppose new ideas, but the new ideas are coming in, whether you like it or not. As a matter of fact, perfect example. I was at IHOP yesterday in the morning, and I ordered my breakfast. I had two $20 bills. My total came to like 22 something. And she's like, well, I don't have change for that. And I'm like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you don't have change for two 20s? I'm like, why not? She's like, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you're a breakfast restaurant. You don't have a... She's like, well, we don't have a cash drawer. We just keep it on us. I was like, there's not a manager. You don't have a safe? Well, I'm just a server. I don't have access to the safe. There's not a manager underneath? No, the manager doesn't come until 10. Like, I was totally spun with that. I was just like... And I kept wanting to fight that, but I was just like, okay, you know what? I knew that by spring, I know they're starting to go to all plastic. And by spring, our government's going to probably step in and start doing something like that. So it's not just these corporate restaurants. We have a falling card, it's stagnance. And it's not only Seven of Pentacles with stagnance, but also seeds being planted. And so that's stagnance. So some of us can be stagnant, but there can also be some seeds starting to be planted. Just what I'm talking about as I was talking about that card fell. Seeds are starting to be planted to where, especially when I said this in my 2021 video too, seeds are starting to be planted for things to change as far as the way we deal with money. Like I said, April, May. If you don't have a bank account, open one now. Otherwise, the government's going to send you a card and the government's going to have control of your money. I'm telling you right now, they're going to have more control of your money than you do. Even if it's in a bank, you might feel like, well, the government, no. Yeah, in a way they do, but wouldn't you rather have control of your bank account than the government putting money, having control, being able to charge you to spend your money? Wouldn't you rather have a free checking account? I'm just saying, and I've been pointing this out to people that I know that don't have, believe it or not, that don't have checking accounts. I know a few like waitresses that, they just get paid, their check's like $20. So they just cash that and they just do everything in cash. And I was like, you need to get a checking account because pretty soon you're not going to be able to spend that cash anymore. And you're going to need a way to deposit it. And pretty soon your tips are all going to go on your check. So would you rather be paying to... have a prepaid card on that check, or would you rather, sometimes when I sit in this chair, my comfortable office chair broke several months ago, and I sit in this chair all day, and it's all morning, it just cuts into my thighs, and it puts on so much weight since I've ripped my leg, but anyway, would you rather have the government charging you to spend your money, or would you rather have a little bit more control over your money? Because pretty soon, you're not going to have that option to just have your cash. I mean, we're already seeing it. The IHOP example was a prime example. She told me they don't have cash drawers. There you go. So yeah, it was either, and I just brought in 220s because their app my order didn't go through their app, so I just grabbed 220s and came in. Then I get in there and I call my friend who's in the car, and I'm like, grab my wallet, I gotta pay with card. She wound up calling her manager, and they just let me go with the $3 or the $2 and the change, which I was like, good, because this is ridiculous, but we've got a couple more falling cards, so people are going to get left behind, and there's moving going on. There are people moving this month, and definitely moving, and there is also travel going on, definite travel. So travel, travel, but a lot of it is moving. And also, like I said, people are going to get left behind if they don't listen to spirit and they don't open up spiritually. That's what both of those cards tell me right there. So we're going to look at this month. So beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month, or fourth week of the month, end of the month, choices. All right, so looking at this, we're going to start. There's a lot of fear going on with the beginning of this month. This does not surprise me. A lot of fear and anxiety because there are a lot of things that are going on, and this I really feel is a lot of the result of the retrograde. Things are coming up from left field, and people are freaking out, going, "What is going on? This isn't right. Something's not sitting well." Now, the King of Pentacles does come next to that. I feel like this has a lot to do with relationships. This doesn't necessarily have to do with a man. It can be a woman too. If you're a guy watching this, or a woman that is, is a lesbian, or has a female relationship, bisexual, what LGBTQ. I'll just say that. So when I do these type of readings, even when I don't do collective readings, sometimes when it's a personal reading, it's more the traits that come out with the person. It'll be a more masculine woman or something like that if a man comes up. But looking at this, it has a lot to do with not even communication. I'm surprised there's not more with breakups, breakdowns in communication, because there will be breakdowns in communication this month. But it's more has to do with stability. People are worried about their stability. Don't worry about it. Towards the end of the month, there's this exchange of money too. We're going to start seeing differences in the way money is exchanged and goods and services are used, and that's going to start happening actually probably towards the third week of this month. We're going to see a lot of that. This also is wisdom and stability second month. So I want to point out to people that they have fear-based feelings will get fear-based results. So all that fear and anxiety, I'm not discrediting you. If you are going through something that warrants fear, I'm not saying it doesn't, but try to have faith over fear so you can get the stability that it looks like the rest of the month has coming towards for most people. Second month, there's going to be a lot of wisdom. People are going to start finding out information, not like secrets, but like information they didn't know before. They're going to start finding out a lot of financial programs, opportunities that they didn't know that they had coming. Again, third week, third week, this is all about jobs, new jobs, new opportunities to make money. Also, there's going to be an exchange of energy too going into the third week between possibly, I'm going to get into the romantic side too with relationships. As a matter of fact, I'm going to even pull a romance angel card. I'm being guided to do that right now because I feel like for those of you that are exchanging energy with a significant other or that don't even have a significant other, see, it is safe for you to love. So you can not only trust, but it's safe. Don't have so much anxiety. The anxiety you have about your partner, if you have one right now, don't worry. It's safe. This stuff is going to be in the past. A lot of people are just going through rocky periods right now. If you don't have a partner, open yourself up. I know with COVID it's hard, but get yourself out there. This month is a good time to meet people. I'm also going to read what it says. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy to all. And as I pointed out, this is energetic too, giving and receiving energy. Now I'm going to point this out too because I see this a lot too. Don't take, because that's not how energy works, and you will be karmically punished if you take. And that goes for people that are, that take more than they need, like people that, prime example, my sister, and I'm sorry, I hate to admit that this is my sister I'm talking about, but she used to go to a food pantry. It would be just her, and she'd claim that she had 6 people living with her, and so she could get 6 times the food, and she wouldn't need it. She always would do this. Like, I would hate when she would go, like, when I was, this was several years ago when I was during hard times. I'd hate when we go together, and I'm not sorry I'm using that word hate, it's such a strong word, but I really didn't like when we'd go together and she'd go before me, because she would clear them out before I could get anything, and I would be in need too. But there'd be nothing for me, nothing, because she would take everything, and then there'd be like nothing left for me. Like, I mean, and that would go with clothes, toiletries, you name it. Like, she would just take everything that they possibly, and she wouldn't need it. And then when we were living together, she'd hide it all in her room. So, and then she'd give me the crap, basically. And she'd put the crap in the kitchen and put all the junk food and everything in her room. So anything that tasted good, I wouldn't even get. And I mean, you're looking at me like, yeah, she needs junk. She's huge right now. I weighed 165 pounds then. And for me, I have a big frame, so I literally had ribs sticking out of me. Like, I was starving. I would go days without eating. So, it was a little ridiculous. So this is kind of my point. Don't take more than you need, and give. And I'm not saying give if the person is taking too much from you, but I'm saying an equal balance of give and take. I was watching a live with a YouTube psychic I like a lot, and I actually paid $20 just to ask a quick question, and I was a little angry because she didn't even acknowledge it. Some other woman, and I know she was a woman because she had a female name. She didn't have her YouTube site or anything on there. It was just her name. She said, I am a psychic, and I didn't give any background information. It was just a quick question. But she said, you know what? Quit helping everybody and just let them take care of themselves. And then you'll stop then you won't have such low energetic people coming towards you. I was like, holy cow. If you were a psychic, a true psychic would never say that. Ever. Because we are put here to help people. That is what we do. A true psychic would never do that. You may be a tarot reader, but you clearly are not a psychic. You are not ascended enough to be in that level. Everybody's psychic. I mean, you're psychic, I'm psychic, everybody is psychic. But there's a difference between people that are ascended and aren't. And it's like, and it was funny because, my name is, Lindsay Rebel, Lindsay Post, Psychic Medium. So it's like, that's my handle on there. Like, are you not seeing that I do this for a living? I mean, I do this for a living. I help people this is my job. Are you going to put food on my table? I don't think so. So don't tell me that I'm attracting a lower energy. I do attract lower energy people towards me, yes, but it's because I'm an empath. I transmute energy and throw it back out at people to help them. I mean, I'm a healer. That's what I do. So, and it was about my love life. That has nothing to do with my love life. The reason why I said, am I just going to have to deal with screwed up people and day in and day out and not have a partner that's more on my level? That was my question. And I'm not calling any of you screwed up. We're all screwed up. But it's like, sometimes it's so draining on me because it's like, I feel like I have so much negativity. And I mean, even right now, I've been having problems with my heart chakra because, I've been getting, I am a jaded person, but it's like been kind of closing up on me, and I haven't been doing as much because, ever since I started working for Purple Ocean and Purple Garden, you get a lot of a lower frequency. About 90% of the customers are very low frequency on there. So it's been getting to me. It really has been getting to me, but I've been doing it because, as horrible as it sounds, it supplements my income. And when I'm doing private readings, I sit for 45 minutes to an hour with one person. So I'm only getting paid in that time. Whereas if I can get paid a little bit more if I'm on a hotline and I don't have to work as hard. Well, I shouldn't say I don't have to work as hard. I do have to work as hard, but they're easier readings. You know what I mean? They're easier in the sense of, you know, they're all about, not all of them, but most of them are about like, oh, my boyfriend broke up with me, are we going to get back together? That kind of thing. It's not people that are looking to be healed. They just want a quick answer. So it's not as, you know, but they are low vibrational. So I've been really having to kind of shield myself and start closing myself off a little bit, because to transmute that energy and shoot it back out at them, they won't allow me to shoot that back out at them. And that comes right back to the give and receive. If you're watching this video right now, you please understand that when you're working with a psychic, you really need to stay open-hearted and open-minded so you can allow them to help heal you. Because if all you're doing is shooting out all that, see, my heart's already starting to hurt. I'm sorry, somebody's already, this always happens to me. Oh gosh. Hold on. Sorry about this. I gotta finish this up. But, you know, people are always going to, you know, psychics are here to heal, you know, and even if you want a quick answer, you're really going to frustrate a psychic if you're just asking low vibrational questions. And like I said, like my heart's already starting to hurt right now because it closes off, because just thinking about this, it kind of closes it off because I have to protect myself. I even got a chakra alignment necklace with chevron amethyst that puts a shield around me, a psychic shield around me, so I don't have to constantly be putting a shield around me, and I can keep my chakras aligned, because I had to. Otherwise, it was screwing with me big time. Oh my gosh, now she's asking me questions. I can't do the reading anymore. Okay, so I'm sorry. I have to close this off. So I'm just going to give you the fourth, which is a choice. So at the end of the month, there's going to be a choice. There's going to be a choice that many people are going to have to make. And this is because Mercury is going to go out of retrograde. So it's going to go direct. And there's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make. So things are going to become a lot clearer. Things that weren't as clear this month are going to become clearer. And it's going to be like, okay, so now that everything's kind of going back to normal, do I have to do this, make this choice? Or do I have to, you know, like... and I feel like this, especially with relationships, like, do I continue on with this relationship because it's getting better, or should I continue to protect myself or not? So I can't tell you the choice to have that for you to make, but there's definitely going to be choices that, whether it's relationship, career, all these things, it's like it's going to catapult towards the end of the month when it goes, well, the very end of the month. So you're going to be left with some what seems to be difficult choices. But you know what? See what I have to say come the beginning of next month, because I have a feeling they're not going to be as difficult choices as you need. So again, if you want a private reading with me, all the links will be in the bottom below to get a hold of me. You can go to my Facebook page to get all the information you need as far as my credentials. You know, you hear a lot of I'm an approved reader on Facebook, or I'm a third generation psychic. I always say, you know what, that's great if you're a third generation psychic. I'm a third generation hairdresser. Do I cut hair? No, I don't. I didn't go to beauty school. There's people that are third generation doctors. Did they go to medical school? But they had to go to medical school. These are gifts you hone, just because it's everybody's psychic. Just because you grew up around it doesn't mean that you are super duper gifted. I'm not saying that about all people, because if they grew up around it and they were taught to hone it, they might be a little bit stronger in it, but you can't listen to that on alone. And it's best that, and the education is, the gifts are half of it, maybe 60% of it, but the other 40% is education. You gotta understand things. And I've talked to a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm, a third generation psychic, and they can't even tell me what a chakra is. That's basic knowledge a psychic would know. So with that, I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry I was so kind of in a hurry with this reading, but I have a paid reading that I have to get to, and she's thinking that I can't do it, and I'm already 10 minutes late for it. So I hope this is helpful to you. Please like this video, and please, more than just like it, share it and hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. I need people to subscribe. If you would like to see more content like this, it's not going to happen unless you subscribe. I need subscribers. That's for this channel to survive. It needs subscribers. So please hit the subscribe, share it with your friends, encourage them to subscribe. And with that, I am sending you so much love and so much peace. And please don't let this month with the Mercury retrograde get you down. Use it for positive. Redo things, reevaluate, redecorate, whatever it is. Remember. So, namaste.